Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be looking at the Wanhao Duplicator 5S. In my previous video we did the modification of the bed springs. So in this video I wanted to have a look at the actual print bed. As you can see in this video, obviously I am still using the old acrylic bed and I'm using the blue painter's tape on it. It has issues. Obviously the painter's tape tend to get loose during prints, lifting obviously up from the print bed, and that causes a warp on the print. So the idea what we want to do today is that we've obviously on the Ender range, I'm currently running two Ender printers as well from Creality. And on those they come with the Carborundum print beds, which I think is actually an awesome print bed from what I've experienced with them. And the idea is actually that I want to now utilize that and try and implement that into this Wanhao printer as well. So I'm obviously going to be utilizing a Carborundum print bed from Creality from the Ender range, and I'm going to actually build that onto this printer of ours and see how it works. So I think let's get into it. Okay guys, so let's have a look at our parts that we'll need for this build. So from Creality we've got the Ender 3 Max Carborundum glass build plate. This is the one that we'll be utilizing for this build. The reason we're using this is because obviously we want to be able to reutilize this bed in case this build does not work. So let's go ahead and open it up. So you'll see once we open it up, there's some nice packaging with foam to protect the actual glass bed. If we lift up the foam, you'll see that on the Creality, the actual print bed is nicely wrapped in a protective plastic. So we'll get back to this and go have a look at the rest of the parts that's needed for this build. Okay guys, so for the rest of the build, obviously as you can see here, this is our Tufnol piece of Tufnol that we've got, and this will be utilized basically as the print support for the actual heated bed. So what will happen is we will basically mount this heated bed onto this Tufnol, and then on top of that will be the Carborundum glass plate that will get fitted to this, and then to ensure that we can then print on that. So this is the standard Wanhao print bed with its standard controller. And you will see basically if I take the bed off, I've already, based on the size, I have already marked out the actual sizing of the bed on this Tufnol. So the idea is going to be that we will basically in that area, this little area up here, we will basically cut that area out and take it downwards. And the reason for that is, if I can show you, is that because on the actual print bed we've got this little piece where the power is coming into your actual heated bed. This is obviously, as you can see, it's got a slight part that's sticking out, and we obviously need to compensate for that. So what will happen is if we take that part off that we have here, that will fit nicely in there so that we can have this print bed nice and flat, so that we don't have an uneven surface when we put the actual print bed on here. And that way when we press it down, we know that when it's heated up, the actual print bed does not crack because it's uneven. So our next step is now going to be to actually put this print bed aside, and then what we'll do is we'll take now this piece of Tufnol, and we're going to actually go and take this area and flatten it out so that we can then put the print bed on there. So I'll get back to you guys once I've done that. Okay guys, so we're back. You will see now in the corner we have now taken that section out. That section would be now, as you take your print bed, it would be on the print bed for that little portion here. So what we can do is, you'll see if we bring it closer, that's what the cutout now looks like. And the idea is that we now go and fit that section in there. What you will see, however, is that it has got a slight, it's still protruding, and the reason it is that if you look at this cable, you'll see that it's pushing up against this Tufnol. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to mark it and we will then basically just cut a slot in there, so this can actually, the actual heat bed can go down a bit more so that we don't have an uneven surface. So I will quickly go and do that, and then I'll be back with you guys shortly. Okay, so we're back. You'll see now that we've made this little indent where our power cord of our heater will come and sit. So what we'll do is we'll take the heated bed and we'll line it up nicely just to check, and you will see now basically it's much more flush with the actual Tufnol, so that helps us quite a bit. So the next step would now be to actually start installing this Tufnol with the heated bed, as well as the Carborundum glass plate onto our actual printer, and basically we will replace this plate now with our actual new Carborundum glass plate. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so we're back. So what you'll see, what I have done now is I have found that this Tufnol piece actually had some slight warping on it. So what I did was I actually attached it now to the body frame of the actual printer. So there's the frame, and what I have done is that I have now, you'll see, to put a screw there on the corner, and I've put a screw there as well, and then also on the two bottom pieces there you can see the one and the other one. So these ones I've also covered up with Captain tape just for extra insulation now when we put the actual heated bed on here. And basically, yeah, now you can see that we have the 4 screws. There's the 2 and there's the other 2 in the bottom as well. So what we'll do now is we'll reattach the bed, put it back on here. I will put the springs back in there. Once this is now back in place and it's level, we will put our heated bed on there, and then we can put the Carborundum plate on there. So I'll be back shortly on that. Okay guys, you can see now the bed is installed. It's held in place by 4 bulldog clips on the ends here. There are the 4 bulldog clips. You will also see that our bed is currently set to 64 degrees. So what we will do is we will now go into a test print and see how this bed performs on the Wanhao Duplicator 5S Mini. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so let's get into the test print. We will be printing the chip calibration cube. We've basically heated our heat bed, and the nozzle is at 190 degrees. So let's get into it and see how it prints with the newly installed bed. And the first layer is going down, and it's actually looking awesome. Let me zoom in on it. There you can see. That's how our first layer is going down. Very, very nice. Looks actually like we have a successful installation of this Carborundum print bed. Thank you very much for watching guys. If you like, please like my videos and subscribe to my channel, and I'll make more content for you guys. Thanks, until the next one. Cheers.